Welcome to Grind City Wrestling and happy WrestleMania week, everybody. I am Dustin Starr. This is episode 320 for those of you that are keeping track. Be sure to follow us at Grind City Media. Take that subscribe button to Slap City wherever you're watching, or you can just download the Grind City Media app and watch and listen from there. Last week, we talked all about the lines being blurred, what's real, what's fake, Tiffany Stratton, and woo, Charlotte Flair. And this week, the road to WrestleMania is almost coming to a halt. So let's not waste any time. Let me introduce my co-host, my tag team partner, ladies and gentlemen, Devin Walker, baby!
I'm locked in for WrestleMania week, bro. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year. The greatest stage of them all is this week.
The grandest stage of them all.
Grandest stage of them all this week.
The showcase of immortals.
Why are you doing it in that voice?
It's WrestleMania! You gotta do your Vince voice.
I don't understand the voice, but I get how big this week is.
Come on, give your Vince voice one time.
No.
WrestleMania!
Okay, let him keep. I don't know what's happening over there. He's going ham right now over there in that loose ass turtleneck. But
loose.
WrestleMania week is here. I'm lit for it. I'm excited for it. The card hits. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Why does the internet not like this card?
Because the internet hates everything.
Why does the internet hate everything?
In the words of Triple H, if you saw the Triple H interview,
boy.
He was like, man, look, the internet's not real life.
It's not. It's
he was
fake.
like, there's people on the internet. There's a section of the internet that hates, that's going to hate everything we do. But we're selling tickets. We're selling more tickets than ever. We're selling more merch than ever. There are more people at the shows. Everything's up in the air. More money than ever is being printed. So what the hell are we? Are there really haters?
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
we're going to talk all about WrestleMania.
I'm about to hate today, though, about something.
We're going to talk about night one. We're going to talk about night two. We're going to talk about what we want to see the most. We're going to talk about the best wrestling that we watched all week. But I want to ask you, did you see the ladder match on Saturday? First ever ladder match on Memphis Wrestling featuring Matt Hardy, and I got to do this with him on.
You want me to be honest with you? On a scale of 1 to 10?
Wonderful!
He's having way too much fun over here, y'all. You want my honest opinion about your ladder match?
Yes.
A scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
4.
4?
Yeah. It was very, shoddy. Very spotty, very shoddy, very confusing situation going on.
Did you watch?
I did watch.
I mean, the story is that there are 2 tag team titles hanging in the balance.
I mean, I know
the only way to get them.
I know what the story is. On a 3-foot ladder for midgets.
It's not a 3-foot ladder. It was a 6-foot ladder.
It was a 3-foot ladder.
8-foot ladder. We had about 5 of them around the ring.
It was a 3-foot ladder, y'all. They took 2 steps. They were at the top of the ladder. And there were so many guys that were like, me.
Well,
and the whole story was the tag team champs are afraid of heights. There was no heights to be afraid of. It was 3 feet in the air. But respectfully, I still love the product, Dustin.
Maybe the internet hate is for real.
But no. This is me keeping it 98 plus 2. I tell you, I always tell you when I love something, but I always have to tell you too when there's some little misses. The ladder match did not hit the way I thought it would. But it's still all love though.
I did. I loved it. Even the parts that you didn't like, I feel like that there's like a home team hokiness to it. So I enjoyed it. Also, this week's show that's coming up, that's going to air on the 18th and 19th, I think it might be one of the best ones yet. And
okay.
I mean, production-wise, the crowd is really alive. And big shout out to Michael. Big Mike brought in Big Mike.
My cousin, Big Mike, man.
Big shout out, boy. You're going to hear a way different program coming up, not only this weekend, but coming up in the shows to come. So be sure to check that out. You can watch the worst ladder match of all time, according to Devin.
I didn't say worst of all time. I said it was a 4 out of 10.
It's a mid 4 out of 10. You can watch it at youtube.com/@MemphisWrestling this Saturday, which is WrestleMania Saturday. Before WrestleMania, we're going to have a big TV taping at the Wrestle Center. Sue Young, the undead bride, is coming. And usually she spits blood on somebody.
That's disgusting.
It is pretty disgusting.
During COVID, did she have a gig? Because you can't spit blood on people during COVID.
Man, Triple H.
That's disgusting.
Spits water, blood, all that kind of stuff.
You can't be spitting blood on people, bro. That's not very hygienic of her.
Big announcement, May the 3rd. It's a Saturday night. Memphis Wrestling returns to Ghost River Brewing Company on Main Street. Come drink some beer and watch some Memphis Wrestling.
What is this?
It's on Saturday, May the 3rd.
I might pull up for that.
Come on now.
I'll be there.
Sunday, May 18th, Scorpio Sky is coming. Speaking of Scorpio Sky, I do have a couple of AEW stories if you want to touch on those before we get into the best wrestling.
Bro, it's a WrestleMania week. I don't give a damn about no AEW stories this week. It is Wrestle. Do your little immortal thing again.
The
showcase of Immortals. The grandest stage of them all. I don't give a damn about no AEW this week.
Save that for next week.
The week of WWE.
Did you see this lineup?
The WrestleMania card?
I mean, not just the card. I'm talking about like the actual shows, the live events that WWE is putting on.
There's a lot of things that are happening this weekend. Like I have a lot of people I like shot with vintage wise, like the people I buy shirts from. By the way, shout out Complex for putting out the top shirts, top wrestling shirts of all time.
I owned most of those.
You should have kept them because they're worth thousands of dollars.
Dude, I was like 15, 14.
I'm in these wrestling lives and those shirts are worth thousands of dollars. I'm here to tell you that. Some of them are worth more than thousands. Should have kept them. But that list was dope. But at the same time, a lot of those guys I buy from are going to be at Mania this weekend, and they're telling me how many events they're going to be, from Wale Mania, from appearances from top guys that you can pay to eat dinner with John Cena.
Crazy.
You can pay to hang out with Jey Uso. There's so many things that will happen this weekend. I'm excited, and it's in Sin City, right? Bright lights, big stage. Why not Vegas, right?
WWE ID prospect, our very own Aaron Roberts is out there, and he was telling me that he has a couple of different shows. Like the scheduling on this is different than any other, so he'll be taking part in the WWE ID Championship tournament out there. Also, I do know that Nixie XS, who was on Ring of Honor last week, she's out doing some extra work, I believe, for WWE. I don't want to misspeak, but she's out there in the mix of things at WrestleMania, and shout out to all the other Memphians that are out there doing their thing. Let's talk about the best wrestling that we watched all week. And there was a lot.
There's a lot.
SmackDown was good. Monday Night Raw was good. I imagine SmackDown this week is going to be good.
It has to be, right?
You don't want to talk AEW, so that's out of the question. So best wrestling you watched all week.
Best wrestling I watched all week. I will say I love Angry Gunther. Even though sometimes I don't believe it, I like Angry Gunther.
I mean, why is he so highly regarded? Like, he is good and stuff, but like, how is he unstoppable and a champion over 80% of his career in WWE? How is he the one that's picked?
It's wild. Shout out Walter, by the way. But that's not my best. My best wrestling of the week. I want to give some flowers this week.
Gunther, by the way.
Yeah, shout out Gunther, a.k.a. Donovan Clegan. I know wrestling fans don't know who that is, but Donovan Clegan plays for the Portland Trailblazers. They look exactly alike. My best wrestling of the week, I'm going to give it to an OG in the business. And I don't think this dude gets enough love, because in wrestling, I think when you get to a certain age, you see guys kind of like they lose a step. They start to deteriorate in the ring. They don't look like themselves. But I want to take a moment to give a shout out, because I watched him wrestle this on Monday Night Raw, and I was like, that month still got it.
As you're talking, I'm trying to think of who you're talking about.
The greatest luchador of all time.
Yes, okay.
Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
My best wrestling of the week is watching Rey Mysterio wrestle on Monday Night Raw. I loved it, bro. I don't think he gets enough credit for being able to be 50 years old and move in the ring the way he does.
Greatest luchador to ever lace up a pair of
the greatest
tights or a mask. He is absolutely the greatest luchador.
Or jeans, because remember back in the day he used to wear the jeans. Yeah, he used to wear the jeans. So, Rey Mysterio, I just want to give him some flowers, man, because I don't think he gets enough love. Because like I said, he's 50 plus years old, bro. Yeah. Still moving around the ring the way he does, doing Hurricanranas, doing the springboards, doing the 619. He's amazing. Rey Mysterio, you are the greatest luchador of all time. Another guy on the Mount Rushmore of wrestlers that we love in the culture.
Nice.
Black people love Rey Mysterio, bro.
I think all people love Rey Mysterio.
All people love Rey Mysterio, but especially black. We love Rey Mysterio. Had one of the greatest theme songs of all time when I was younger. Who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y Mysterio. Here we go. I just want to give him some love, man. Shout out to my guy Rey Mysterio.
One of my favorite things on this entire show is you singing the theme songs.
Yeah, I know. Hey, man, look, this brain has got a lot of old wrestling theme songs in it. I've been a wrestling mark for a long time.
My father-in-law just asked, "Where's Rey Mysterio?" I said, "Oh, well, he's still wrestling. Like, I saw him last week." And then I walk back in, and Rey Mysterio's in a match. I'm like, "Hey, there's Rey Mysterio." I was like, "Man, I love Rey Mysterio."
Yeah.
You know, old Bear is, what, 60, 70 years old?
Everybody loves Rey Mysterio. Everybody loves Rey Mysterio, man. Even like he's gone from like being like, he was the guy for a little bit, and then he kind of like fell in the background. Then he had the feud with Dom, but he's mid-card.
He's like mid-card royalty.
Yes.
But the snap of their fingers, he could main event the snap of their fingers, he could win the world title, and everybody would love it.
And no one would, we talk about people complaining. No one complains when Rey Mysterio wins because we all love Rey Mysterio, bro. Shout out Rey Mysterio, man. 50 plus, still moving out there. The 619 legendary finisher. Rey Mysterio, you my guy, man. He's my best wrestling of the week.
Devin's best wrestling, Rey Mysterio. Best wrestling that I watched all week did not happen on current WWE programming. Well, it's a new documentary. I watched WrestleMania 9, the documentary. The world's largest toga party.
Okay.
Have you seen this WrestleMania?
So that Mania happened the year I was born.
Yeah.
I've seen clips from it.
1993?
1993. That was
my Maria was 3 years old.
Yeah, so I haven't rewatched it yet because did the Wild Samoans wrestle in that Mania?
Yeah, they had camels, they had elephants. Bobby the Brain Heenan rode out backwards on a camel. They had Macho Man Randy Savage carried out. I think he was eating grapes or something, and everybody had togas on, and it was Caesar's Palace and all this. So this story is really cool. I don't think my Maria sat down to watch it with me, and you know, at the first 15 minutes or so of a show, they've got to tell you like how WrestleMania came about.
Yes,
1, 2, 3, all the way up, blah 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 to 9. They kind of lost her on that one.
Oh no!
If it had just been, you know, Vince and Linda, there was a funny thing where Linda had a cup of Coke, and she was like, "Oh no, it's just Coke, trust me." You know, like I think Maria would like that little stuff of. She's not trying to hear the drawn out story. She don't need to know
about the showcase of Immortals.
The immovable object meets the irresistible force.
She doesn't care about all that.
Yeah, no, she wants to see the. So when she's watching this stuff, she's like, "Oh wow, that's funny." I'm like, "What's funny?" And she's like, "You have the same arguments with these guys. They're making so much money. Why do they care?" It's like to her, and maybe it should be this way anyway. It's a television show.
It is.
How does Seinfeld show up and say, well, I can't do that? It's like, well, why not? It's like, well, my character wouldn't. Well, we wrote that character. We made that character.
It's a TV show, bro.
Yeah. How does all of a sudden the actors get to dictate what's going on?
It's a wild time. But that's your best wrestling of the week.
Best wrestling. So Vince allegedly, they said, spent $100,000. This place was a parking lot. Literally, just like they did in Orlando, they just turned this thing into Caesar's Palace with decorations everywhere and world's largest toga party, and they sold 2,000 tickets the first couple of days.
Wait, you say $100,000? In today's WWE, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's like pyro.
In 1993,
that's pyro.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably one or two.
It's Cody's pyro.
Yeah, Cody's pyro. Yeah. So back then, that's a lot of money, but 2,000 seats sold in the first couple of days.
That's
and everybody's
crazy.
like, that's not bad, but wait a minute. Where's Hogan? You're going to love this.
Oh, no. I love it.
Vegas saying, where's Hogan? Hogan's got to be on the card. Well, Hogan and Vince were at spats. They weren't talking. Hogan had gone off to Hollywood to make movies, and we saw the movies that he made.
Oh, we saw him.
So Hogan said, it wouldn't take much to get me back at this point. And then me and Vince started talking again. So really, Vince started talking to Hogan again because the people in Vegas who were in business with Vince were like, where's Hogan?
Oh, wow.
So guess what happened when they put Hogan on the card?
Vince had to bite the bullet.
Just guess what happened when they put Hogan on the card?
He's going to lose?
Sold out.
Of course.
Hogan sold all the tickets.
He's the biggest star at that time.
Hogan sold all the tickets, and the story on this WrestleMania 9 thing is how selfish Hogan is because he came out in the end after Yokozuna beat Bret Hart, and he took the title from Yokozuna just randomly. Well, they talked about that too.
Don't spoil don't spoil everything, Five Star.
Well, I'm telling you this because I know how much you hate Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I do hate that guy.
And the world hates Hulk Hogan right now. But
and that's not an internet thing.
You cannot hate. This is like hating Tom Brady.
Is it?
They hated on Hulk Hogan.
No, that's not the same thing.
Because Hogan drew the tickets, and Vegas said, why is he not in the main event? And they're comparing this to boxing. How's Mike Tyson not in the main event? How's Evander Holyfield not in the main event? They're your draw. He's got to be in the main event. So somehow, some way, Vince made it happen.
Shout out Vince, man. Still screw you, Hulk Hogan. But shout out to Vince, though.
Don't disagree, but I'm telling you, that puts a lot in perspective of all the hate that Bret Hart and all these guys had on Hogan for going in and winning the title. It's because Vegas like
They
that to
wanted
happen.
it to happen. And
that's how it
sometimes
was
you can't.
successful.
Sometimes that's what's best for business, pal.
Hogan sold the tickets, man. It was unbelievable.
Just like, I guess we can relate that to this Mania, by the way.
Here we go.
We
All right.
can perfectly connect that to this year's WrestleMania, because what did you just say? Hogan sold the tickets. I'm gonna translate to Jey Uso sells the merch.
Yeet.
He sells the merch.
All right, so we can't play WrestleMania music. My favorite WrestleMania theme song is, you know that one, the original?
Yeah.
It's very good. So then in your Vince voice, you got to go, welcome to WrestleMania.
I'm gonna go with my favorite song is Fiend, 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 Fiend. Yeah, that's my favorite WrestleMania song, the one this year.
Let's talk about WrestleMania 2025. It's coming up this weekend. It is Saturday and Sunday, a 2-night event. It is going to be like 18 hours long.
Yeah, that's a lot of wrestling, bro.
Something ridiculous, but I've got to work during the day, and then I get to watch WrestleMania at the night, because one of them is Easter Sunday. So we have television on Saturday, Easter Sunday on Sunday, and then also WrestleMania. What will you be watching? So you have
Mania,
Raw, SmackDown, Hall of Fame. I think there's a roast of
okay,
WrestleMania.
let's start the.
What are you watching?
Let's start the Hall of Fame thing, because I got something to get off my chest, and I wrote it in my notes for the show.
Definitely watching the Hall of Fame.
Name the Hall of Fame inductees, please.
Triple H.
Fine.
Michelle McCool.
Let's stop right there.
Okay.
Dustin 5-star.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you a serious ass question right now.
Ask me one.
Why the hell is Michelle McCool going into the Hall of Fame? If her name was not Michelle McCool, if she was not married to The Undertaker, who's one of the greatest wrestlers of all
Just
time.
stop right there.
Ask you
That's
a
it.
question. Would she be a Hall of Famer? Give me your favorite Michelle McCool memory, please.
Already said it. My favorite memory is when they split the women's title apart.
Wow.
Okay, so there's a lot going on here.
She shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. This is what I'm talking.
They took Mickey James's spot on LFG and gave it to Michelle McCool. Then she's going into the Hall of Fame. I can't sit here and argue whether she should or should not be in.
She shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, bro.
But what I can say is I think Charlotte was saying nepotism or whatever in the promo the other day. It's because the Undertaker's wife, right? That's it.
I was asking you.
doing him a solid.
I want to ask you this question one more time. Can you tell me?
Devin.
And I complained about this.
I'm going to be there and my Maria's going to be there too. Is there something she could do?
I complain.
Help a brother out.
I complained about this a couple weeks ago on the show. I said that when they announced a Hall of Fame class, I said, bro, WWE Hall of Fame is starting to become the NBA Hall of Fame, where they're letting everybody in it. Just letting everybody in it, bro. Like, and I joked about it, you're like, oh, they're adding moments to it. I was like, bro, it's because they're running out of wrestlers. They're running out of wrestlers to add to the Hall of
They're
Fame.
not running out of wrestlers.
Why don't we put Michelle McCool in the Hall of Fame?
Well, they're doing the Undertaker a favor.
Michelle McCool should not be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I don't have a Michelle McCool memory.
Donald
I don't
Trump is in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, whatever, that's fine. But Michelle McCool, I don't have a memory. She never won a world title. She didn't have a cool finisher. There's nothing she's done in the business of WWE that I give a shit about. You shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Undertaker, I love you, bro, but come on, dog.
Imagine this, Undertaker watching this. Yo, Undertaker. Yo, Taker.
Yo, take.
No offense, bro. With all due respect.
Your wife does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Oh my
Respectfully,
gosh.
bro. She's keep
So
going,
you
though.
are or you are not going to watch the
I'm
Hall
not
of Fame?
watching that shit.
Okay, I'm definitely going to watch the Hall of Fame.
Because I'm going to hate on Michelle McCool going to Hall of Fame.
Okay, what are you looking forward to the most?
WrestleMania, bro. The WrestleMania night 1 and 2. I don't like, for me,
But is there a... So
there's a threshold for me, right? You talk about 16 hours of programming. I ain't got 16 hours in me, my guy. I ain't got 16, so I'm going to get 4 hours Saturday and maybe 3.5 hours Sunday.
remember the days, though, where it's like, oh, WrestleMania weekend or WrestleMania Sunday's coming up. I'm just going to chill and drink and watch and just chill out or whatever, and not anymore.
It's a 2-day event.
It is.
It's a
whole thing.
It's a block out my calendar to watch. So I'll maybe watch a Hall of Fame induction through Twitter. I'll watch some of these events through the internet. But at the WrestleMania card, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to have me some nice wings ready. My cheat meals are on the weekend.
Who's on the wings? Who's getting the wings?
I don't know where I'm going to get wings from, but we'll see. Get some wings.
One dude's in jail.
What?
They're still open, though.
Oh, no, I don't eat there, bro. Their wings cost like $45.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to give you some wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
Hell no.
Hooters? Where are you
You
getting
think
wings?
I eat at Buffalo Wild Wings?
I'm asking.
When's the last time you went to Buffalo Wild Wings? You should. Okay, I have
It's been a minute. They do have really cool, tall, nice shaped beers. Those are good.
And it's really cold.
Yes.
I have a rule. I live in Memphis, Tennessee, the wing capital of the world. I don't go to Wingstop. I don't go to Buffalo Wild Wings. I go to Hooters, but for other reasons. But back to the situation. I'm gonna order me some wings. I'm gonna get some good vibes, and I'm gonna watch wrestling. I'm looking forward to night 1 and night 2. What match am I looking forward to? I think I'm looking forward to it all, bro. I think there's not one single. Of course, the Cody Rhodes John Cena main event. I want to see how they wrap everything together with The Rock, because he has to appear, right? The Rock and all that kind of stuff has to reappear at Mania, because they haven't even brought The Rock up since the heel turn. So I'm looking forward to that. The thing I can tell you, the thing I'm least most excited for.
Okay.
Respectfully, yeah, you can guess. You can guess. You could probably guess. If you look at the card, you probably can guess.
It's the women's tag team title.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't give a damn. That's probably when I'm going to take a bathroom break. But everything else, I'm looking forward to. Jade Cargill versus Naomi, because I love how Naomi turned heel. That promo she cut on SmackDown was phenomenal, right?
Yes, it was great.
Rey Mysterio, I talked about him, versus our boy Chad Gable. That's going to be
From
phenomenal.
the Gulf of America?
From the Gulf of America.
El Grande Americano?
There's people that are mad about that, by the way. Y'all be mad about shit that's not even important.
Well, I mean, it's like it's such an ego thing where it doesn't even matter. None of it matters.
And it's funny.
Why are we focusing on what we're calling the Gulf of Mexico America?
It's funny, bro.
Who freaking cares?
It's funny.
It's hilarious.
Jacob Fatu, my guy's gonna get his first taste at gold. I can't wait for that.
So you're loving the undercard big time.
I'm loving I'll just love the cards. The card in general is stacked. I'm looking forward to it.
Here we go. Night 1. This is April 19th. Peacock, you can watch. I'll start at the bottom, go to the top. You already mentioned this. Naomi versus Jade Cargill. I think there's only one way it goes. Jade Cargill has to pick up the victory.
Yes, and I think they'll be fast. I think it won't be a long drawn out match.
Yeah. Well, it's been long drawn out feud, so Jade Cargill has to come back and dominate this. I think Rey Mysterio, El Grande Americano, which is not Chad Gable, by the way.
Allegedly.
I feel like there's some shenanigans going to take place here.
Yes.
But I think Rey Mysterio has to win, and I refuse to pick anybody over Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think this next match is probably another one I'll probably be on my phone a lot.
World Tag Team Title match, War Raiders versus The New Day.
I think I've talked about this before on this podcast. The WWE has a tag team problem.
Well, we talked about this on the program, that the only reason the War Raiders picked up the titles is so that way New Day, as heels, can beat a babyface tag team. So New Day wins the tag team titles here. Hands down, no questions asked. War Raiders, we haven't even really seen that much of them since they won the titles.
Exactly. They haven't been on programming, bro.
New Day wins the tag titles. WWE Women's Championship, this one is very, very chaotic.
I can't wait for this shit.
Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Don't even ask me what I would do.
I don't even care, bro.
No, for real, don't, because I have no idea.
No. I think it's gonna be a great match because these are two like some of the most athletic women in WWE. I'm pretty sure Tiffany Stratton's gonna come correct with the gear. Do you see her Friday?
Oh man,
the all black was elite. But it's gonna be a great match. I think Charlotte wins, but I really don't care who wins this match. But I think it'll be this is going to be one of the matches we talk about for a long time.
I'm confused by this because they act as if Charlotte was going to be the babyface coming back, and then Tiffany was going to be the heel.
Well, they tried it.
Well, but who in the world is in creative that doesn't have their finger on the pulse of the fans don't like Charlotte Flair?
She's more like Tom Brady than Hulk Hogan is.
Yeah, she is a heel.
She wins all the time, and people hate it.
Immediately, I knew they were going to boo her, no matter who you got her out there against, because of the whole nepotism thing. It's just, and it's part of it. It's what helps her get heat. But I don't think they started Tiffany Stratton's babyface turn short or like long enough, quick enough. She should have been a babyface a long time ago. They tried to rush it with putting Trish Stratus with her. This is going to be a really good match, but I think we're more intrigued to see, are they going to play nice? Who's going to throw that first potato?
Oh, I can't wait. I still wish Nia Jax. I still wish Nia Jax was involved in this,
bro.
Cause you could say what you want about Nia, bro, but
Google Nia Jax versus Charlotte Flair if you don't know what Devin's talking about. Nia Jax will put Charlotte Flair in her place in a heartbeat.
One of them ones. Shout out Nia, man. And I hate that they kind of separated Nia and Tiffany.
Yeah.
Because I love that her kind of having that like kind of brute force behind her.
I just feel like they could have done better on that turn to really get the people behind Tiffany. But if they were expecting Charlotte to be a babyface, I see. But I don't know why they would expect her. But new champion or no?
Yes,
new champ.
I think because Charlotte's a little B word, bro. She's gonna complain if she's not the champion. And I think at some point you have to have the passing of the
At some point, she's going to beat John Cena and Ric Flair's record.
But you have to at some point you have to have the passing of the guard too, right? At some point, not
Charlotte's like not yet,
not yet. So I think Charlotte wins this one though.
All right, World Heavyweight Championship match. This is just call me crazy. Gunther will beat Jey Uso for the 4th time in a row.
That's for you, Dustin.
It's gonna happen.
That's for you, buddy.
And I don't know what happens from there.
Yeet.
But I feel like Gunther beats him for the 4th time in a row. And then I feel like on Raw after Mania or something, maybe Uso gets it.
Uso!
But I don't think it's at WrestleMania.
5-star. You work in the business of wrestling. You know how this shit goes. Who sells the most merch? There's 35,000 Jey Uso shirts at the WWE thing at WrestleMania right now.
They're going to buy them anyway.
He sells merch. He moves the needle.
They're going to buy them anyway.
He can't wrestle worth a damn, but my guy Inch is going to be 85 years long.
Bro did a top dollar over the top rope, okay?
He's going to yeet all over Las Vegas and yeet and become your new yeet world champion. You know, look, we live in this industry.
Hey.
We live in the world of entertainment. What does entertainment love more than anything, Dustin?
Underdog.
We love underdogs. You know what else we love? We love moments.
You love yeeting
We
all
love
over the place.
We love yeeting. We love moments. What's more beautiful than 80,000 people yeeting in unison at WrestleMania?
Will this be Kofi Kingston? Is this Kofi Mania?
See, Vernon compared it to Kofi Kingston.
It's
I got
Kofi
mad.
Mania.
It is Kofi Mania.
It's Kofi Mania. Kofi was over more than anybody
But
ever.
I think Kofi didn't have as dope as an entrance as Jey Uso does.
Well, I can totally see all of it happening. Gunther picks up the victory, and then Jey wins it at another time.
No, you got to have the moment.
I don't disagree.
You got to have the moment. Him sitting on the top rope, holding the belt, pyro goes on. Just me, Oos. Day one, and your new world champion, main event, Jey Uso. It's just me, Oos. Day one, it's just me, Oos. Day one, it's just me, Oos. Come on, bro, you can see it. You ain't with me.
I don't know how we're gonna ever follow that. I mean, the show's over.
That was great, huh?
So long, everybody.
I know, right?
I don't know. I'm here for it, though. I would love to see Jey Uso win it. I worked with Jey Uso back in the day. I've told that story. I just don't. I can see WWE wanting to fool the people, if for just 24 hours. Last match on Saturday's Triple Threat, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Winner gets custody of Paul Heyman.
Okay.
What?
I love the
I'm
match.
serious. That's what it is.
I love the match, but fighting over a grown man is crazy.
The one that looks and smells like roses in this whole thing is Paul Heyman.
Of course.
Paul Heyman now has become the most powerful manager in the history of the world because you got 3 of the top guys
Fighting over you. Like that little thing they did at
Millionaires fighting over
the thing they did on Monday Night Raw where he's talking to CM Punk and Roman pulls up and he's like, I'm so sorry. And like Roman walks by and he's like he just saw his girlfriend talking to somebody different.
Too much.
Like it's like a sitcom, low key.
Too much.
It's over Paul Heyman.
Come on, man.
This ain't even a bad B. This is Paul Heyman we're fighting over.
Meanwhile, you got Maxine Dupree doing nothing.
Exactly. You got Chelsea Green doing nothing.
Chelsea Red doing nothing.
My bad. You know what I meant. Yeah.
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
Meanwhile, they're fighting over Paul Heyman.
And it's supposed to be the main event.
And we love Paul Heyman. Don't get me wrong. We love Paul Heyman.
I just think it's goofy to be
three
fighting over
grown-ass men.
Fighting over another grown man is crazy. But,
All right.
but only in wrestling, baby.
Okay, night 2. This is coming up on Sunday. You can watch on Peacock. We've got the card. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
5-star.
Do we care?
5-star match.
You do?
I think this.
You care about this one?
So this is one. This is one of those spots.
I hope it's better than AJ versus Karrion Kross the other night.
Oh, Karrion Kross is horrible.
What is going on?
Send his ass to the crib.
He's going to be involved in
He
this.
needs to be working at IKEA.
I think
Get a job.
he's got
Not
a
in
great
wrestling.
look. He's probably a dangerous man who would kill us both with his bare hands at the same time. But that was not not a good
They've
match.
tried to remix him.
I know.
They've tried to remix him 4 times.
I'm sorry, AJ Styles. We shouldn't take away from you and Logan Paul because of Karrion Kross. But
they've tried to remix Karrion Kross 4 different times in the same gimmick, right? The dark guy.
Remix ain't happening.
The remix this is a terrible remix, and this is the worst version of the remix. I think this. I'll put this on wax right now. AJ Styles, Logan Paul, they're gonna have. There's gonna be one of those moments. They're gonna have a moment, and people are like, "Oh, AJ Styles, Logan." Nobody gives a crap about that. They're gonna have a moment to start this freaking card that's gonna last forever in WrestleMania history. Because AJ Styles can go, Logan Paul can wrestle, so he's a great athlete.
Logan Paul wins because of Karrion Kross.
I think okay, I'll give you that. Karrion Kross is
that's gonna suck.
A freaking bum.
That's gonna suck. Karrion Kross has anything to do.
He's a bum.
And don't get me wrong, I don't.
He's a bum.
Karrion Kross is probably a great dude, but when it comes down to watching him on Monday Night Raw, it wasn't my favorite. Sin City Street Fight: Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. These guys probably going to fight in some glass or something, probably.
I don't know about all that.
Well, they have to. They slammed Drew McIntyre into a car window.
They did. I'm here to tell you, 5-star, as much as a guy, you know I love hardcore wrestling. You know I love pushing the envelope, as they say.
They're going to fight on the streets, Sunset Strip?
I'm here to tell you, I don't give a damn.
Okay. Intercontinental Championship match, fatal 4-way, Braun Breaker, who broke the internet a couple of weeks ago.
You have 2 wrestlers I don't care about wrestling each other.
That's it. Well, you've got Drew, who they really want to be the champion because he looks good, talks good, and all that, and they love Damian Priest as well. There's only so many of those top spots.
Like Hot Topic wrestler, I don't care.
And now they put them together. Intercontinental title match, fatal 4-way, Braun Breaker versus Dominic Mysterio versus Penta versus Finn Balor. I do know this. Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio are going to have it out.
For sure.
So this is where we see this split happen, where both of them want to be Intercontinental champion, but because of each other, they don't get
Finn Balor tries to get the pin, Dominic breaks it up. But I think for other reasons, I think I'm going to love this match because you know how much I love Penta. You know how much I love Braun Breaker.
Don't pick Penta.
What do you mean?
You're going to pick Penta?
I'm picking Penta. I love Braun Breaker too. I love the whole but I'm gonna go Penta. I'm gonna pick Penta because I love Penta, but I think it's gonna be a great match.
I think that what happens is we'll see Penta and Braun Breaker break off and do their thing because you're gonna have the Dom and Finn Balor story that takes over that.
Yeah.
So if Braun happens to retain the title because of that, Penta now has a gripe, and so he can work with Braun Breaker one-on-one. Finn Balor goes and works Dominic Mysterio one-on-one. We got 2 different feuds out of a fatal 4-way
Which
match.
I can't wait for Penta's gear. I can't wait for his entrance. And I love my guy does
WrestleMania
I love when
gear.
he's walking regular. He's just
They're like, how'd you come up with that? He's like, bro, I'm just cool.
Yeah, he just starts like doing his little thing. I'm like, yo, that's my guy, man.
It's that kind of Scott Hall.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy Penta, man. Legendary, man.
Women's tag team title match: Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria.
Who cares?
Bathroom break says.
I'm gonna go get some more wings when this match comes.
Bayley's in this match.
I'm gonna go get me some more wings.
I thought you liked Bayley.
I do love Bayley.
WWE Women's World Championship match, triple threat. Io Sky defends against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair.
Can't wait.
Did you hear what Kevin Nash said about Io Sky?
That she shouldn't be in this match?
He dogged the shit out of her.
I mean, it's the truth.
And I was going to say,
I've said this before.
I think I'm with him because she doesn't look like, okay, Vince is a big poster guy. What's it going to look like on the poster? This is a true story. Poster. You put Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns on a poster and you're like, whoa.
That looks dope.
You put Vince McMahon and Umaga against Donald Trump and Bobby Lashley. It's like, whoa, I mean, that's a poster.
Look at the Backlash poster they just dropped. It's Randy Orton wrapped around a snake.
Yes, like, whoa.
That looks dope.
That's a poster.
Yeah.
But then you've got Io Sky with 2 of the biggest, baddest superstars, and I mean physically and literally.
Yeah, one doesn't belong.
Rhea and Bianca, this should be a huge WrestleMania showdown, and we've got a triple threat. So I feel like Io's got to take the fall here, and I think that it's Rhea Ripley that gets it back. And then she fights Bianca Belair after.
You know, there's one thing we said as kids. One of these things is not like the other.
I know, but I feel like that's being disrespectful because Io's worked so hard for that spot.
You could be honest, though.
But I mean, even the attire that she wore in the ring with Bianca and Rhea Ripley did not look that of a superstar. Like, she's standing in there with 2 of the biggest women superstar wrestlers, not in just WWE, but in the freaking world.
I've been saying this 5-star for a month now.
And she had, like, mom clothes on or something.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
I've been saying this for a month. EO does not need to be. Even before they made it official triple threat, I said, why are they doing this? EO doesn't belong.
We all knew it.
Respectfully, EO, you're great, cool, but you don't belong in the ring with Bianca Belair.
With all due respect.
Respectfully.
Who wins?
I think I love this like version of Bianca that she's embracing the booing thing.
She's so jacked.
Yeah,
the
way you said that was kind of
bro.
You know,
she has like shoulder veins.
Bro, her birthday was last week. Do you see the birthday video they made? I was hating.
I love that they
Montez,
love each
I'm
other.
hating. Montez, I'm big hating, bro.
But I love that
I'm
they love.
big hating on you, Montez Ford. By the way, they're not on the card. Tag team champions.
They're defending on SmackDown.
It's not the same thing.
Bro, come on, man. Do you think all of a sudden they're just going to start putting respect on their names just because they won the belts? No, this is a typical thing with the Street Profits.
That's true. That's true.
They could be the tag team champions and the hottest thing going and somehow just not make it on the card.
I'd rather them being on the card than freaking the War Raiders. But back to the match we're talking about. I think Rhea gets the belt back. I think this starts a feud with... Actually, you know what? Want to hear this? I think Rhea gets the belt back, and I think Jade Cargill has a hand in it. I think Jade Cargill...
Maybe Jade knows that Bianca had something to do with that.
I think Jade or Naomi is involved in this match and cost Bianca the match, and Rhea finds a way, Riptide, boom, 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 1, 2, 3. This is the way I think it's gonna go.
Love it. Now the moment we've all been waiting for.
Let's go, baby.
This is potentially one of the biggest matches in the history of the WWE, and I'm no cap here. You got two of the biggest, hugest superstar baby faces in the entire world. I don't care if John Cena turned heel. He's still making wishes and granting wishes. He's still selling a ton of merchandise. We all know you're really not a bad guy, John Cena. You can break up with us all you want. You can try to ruin our professional wrestling all you want, but you can't do it because we want to see it. Cody Rhodes defends against John Cena in his final WrestleMania match. Does John Cena make history? And I think he does. John Cena will beat Cody Rhodes and become the WWE Undisputed Champion, and it will be because of the Great One. The most electrifying man in all of entertainment. And I'm talking about The Rock. Did I get that eyebrow going on? Can I do it?
You like my John Cena background music for you?
I do love it.
Your time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now.
We sing this in the car on the way to school.
Yeah.
John Cena is going to be the new champion.
He's going to win this belt. And I think the way they're going to do it, I think it's going to add to that shock value. I have had people come to me that are not wrestling fans, and they have said, that John Cena heel turn thing, what'd you think about that? That was amazing. That was on my feed. I don't even follow wrestling. I think WWE finds a way to create a moment that crosses over again into the casual fan, the casual viewer.
What shirt did you just buy?
Wrestling is real.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
He'll be in the house.
The question is, will Travis Scott be there? Because you know he has Coachella to perform at. It's week 2 of Coachella.
I read that he's factored in, so we'll see what happens.
So see if he comes out. It's going to be great. I don't know what's going to happen. I do think John Cena wins. But I think there's going to be some screwy stuff comes on to add to defines it to gets him to win. It's not going to be a straight up clean 1, 2, 3 attitude adjustment. It's going to be some funny business.
They've been very, very creative.
Yes.
So keep this in mind. WrestleMania, potentially the biggest card ever, might make more money than any other WrestleMania. Yada yada, all the good stuff. But you have to make a choice on all these matches. You have to pick one finish. You have all these different ways that you can go, but somebody's going to choose which way it goes. How is The Rock going to help John Cena win this title? Also, how's The Rock going to cost John Cena that title? What if The Rock accidentally cost John Cena the title anyway, and Cena doesn't get that, and then he goes on a feud with The Rock? There's so many different things that can happen.
There's so many things that can happen. But
I'm not throwing anything out because I didn't expect Cena to turn heel.
But that's what makes this so interesting. The endless possibilities. We talk about this. We've talked about it on this podcast for so long. When things are predictable, they make them so much less fun. When they made this John Cena heel turn, it lit a jolt inside of wrestling. Right? It's like, yo, anything can happen. I hate to compare it to basketball, but it's like Luka Doncic when he got traded from the Mavs to the Lakers.
Crazy.
No one thought that Luka could be traded to the Lakers. He's the god. He's the godson of the Mavs. Everybody loves him. He's the face of the Mavericks. One of the best players in the NBA. He's the WWE champion, right? He won the champ, but he's the guy. He gets traded to the Lakers, and it's like, oh shit, anything is possible. When John Cena made the heel turn, he turned on Cody. We said 5-star. Anything is possible. WrestleMania on Sunday. On that night, anything is possible. I cannot wait for WrestleMania, bro. I am so excited, man.
Did we leave anything out?
No. I think other than my guys not being on the card.
Street Profits?
Yeah. Tag team champs, by the way.
WrestleMania is indoors.
Yes.
So that's good. Next year's New Orleans.
I'll be there.
I'll be there in New Orleans.
I'm going.
We'll travel.
We got to get something worked out.
Let's do it.
We got to go to Mania next year.
All right, WrestleMania. Send us your predictions at Grind City Media. He's at Devin_Walker 2, and I'm at Dustin Starr. Big weekend of WrestleMania, plus this Saturday, April the 19th, Sue Young returns to Memphis Wrestling. Then on Saturday, April 26th, it's Wrestling Night at Dickie Stevens Park. The Arkansas Travelers, Memphis Wrestling, tag teaming for a huge night of action. May the 3rd, Ghost River Brewing Company on Main Street, live Memphis Wrestling. And then Sunday, May the 18th, Scorpio Sky is coming to Memphis Wrestling. And I love me some Scorpio Sky. Get all the tickets at memphiswrestling.tv. Devin, I know there's a lot of basketball going on, a lot of wrestling going on. Is there anything else you're doing this weekend other than pulling for the Grizzlies and watching Wrestling Mania?
That's all I'm doing, man. It's gonna be a great weekend. This is Devin's celebratory weekend. Don't bother me. I mean, people can bother me, text me, hit me up, but I'm gonna be watching basketball. I'm gonna be watching wrestling. I'm gonna be in heaven this weekend. I'm gonna try to get my workouts in this week, so this weekend I can be a real fat ass and really enjoy the couch life.
Say less. Me too. That's all the time we got. Devin, you want to sing us out?
Burn, burn, burn. Your time is up. My time is now.
Time is up.
You can't see me. My time is now. It's about time, boy. I'm shining now.
He's Devin Walker, baby.
My shine is now.
Can't see us. So long, everybody.
Wicka, 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 wicka. Go ahead. Oh yeah. You see Jay Uso does that, by the way.
He does do that.
Yeet.